Good morning, children. This is our revision number 2 of chapter number 1, Food We Eat. Now, the diet is the food we normally eat in a day, and a balanced diet means a diet that contains all the nutrients in a right amount. Now, you understood the difference between diet and balanced diet. Diet means the food that we normally eat in a day. Okay. And the balanced diet means a diet that contains all the nutrients in a right amount, proper amount, adequate amount. So, we are going to see about balanced diet first. See, this is the definition of balanced diet, a diet that contains all the nutrient in a right amount along with water and roughage. Water and roughage is also very important. We have to include water and roughage in our balanced diet. Without this water and roughage, the balanced diet is incomplete. The nutrients are very important, but at the same time, water and roughage is equally important. You know the different nutrients: proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, water, roughage. Water and roughage, these are not nutrient, but these are also very important part of our food. Okay. See, people of different ages, they need different types of diet. For example, at a growing age, the children, they need more protein rich food and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates for energy and protein is for building the muscles. Old people, they need the food that contain more vitamins and minerals and fibers. Okay, that is their requirement. Vitamins and minerals protect them from diseases. Understanding? So, it is depend on the age. The diet of a person is also depend on the amount of physical work he or she does. Understanding? For example, the farmers and the sports person, they need food rich in carbohydrates. Why? Because they want more energy, and for energy they have to be depend on the food. Which kind of food? Carbohydrate rich food. So the person who is doing a lot of physical work, that person should take more carbohydrates rich food. It is also depend on the person is male or female. Male, generally they need more food than the female. It is not necessary, but see, your whatever food you eat, it is not necessary that it should be very expensive. The balanced diet can be also very simple and not expensive as well, but it should be nutritious. Now, why we should take the balanced diet? What are the different benefits for that we must take the balanced diet? It makes our life happy, healthy. Okay, our lifestyle become very healthy. It improves our immunity power. We don't fall sick easily. It also protects us from so many diseases, and it controls our body weight. So these are the different benefits that we get when we take balanced diet. Now let's see some healthy food habits. Okay, we must eat healthy food. We must eat the food at regular interval. Understanding? We must avoid eating the food that are kept open for long time. Avoid eating too much of salt and sugar. It is very harmful for our body. Eat slowly and chew your food well. It helps in easy digestion. Don't talk in between the meal. Avoid eating junk food. They are not good for our health, and it gives us lots of fats. Fats are not good for our body. In a right amount it is okay, but if we take more, then it is harmful for our body. Include more fiber rich food. So for that you have to eat lots of fruits and vegetables. Understanding? You have to eat more carbohydrates and less fats. Both gives us energy, but the carbohydrates are better than the fats. The fats, the extra fat is stored in our body, and then we become obese. So for energy you should take carbohydrates more and we should depend on fats on a less amount. Okay, we should take less fats. We must eat the whole fruit instead of taking the juice. Okay, juice is also healthy, but eating whole fruit gives you roughage. Brush your teeth after every meal, and if it is not possible, at least in the morning and at night you must brush your teeth, and whenever you are eating food, after that rinse your mouth properly. See, this is a pie chart, food pie chart. See, our body needs a little amount of some of the things like fats, while other foods such as fruits and vegetable and carbohydrates have a bigger part to play in a balanced diet. A balanced diet includes more carbohydrate rich food, including potato, bread, rice, wheat, jawar. It includes plenty of fruits and vegetables. For vitamins and minerals, it includes milk and milk product as it provides us proteins and minerals. Less fat rich food should be there in our diet as extra fat stored in our body and make us obese. In this chart you can see the biggest portion is carbohydrates, then fruits and vegetable, and then the smallest part is fats. So in our diet we should include more carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals, and less fats. I know you all like junk food, you like pizza, burger, but actually it is not good for our health. For a healthy body, we must avoid junk food. Junk food contains high amount of sugar and fats and has very low amount of other nutrition in it. Fried fast food, potato chips, pizza, burger, soft drinks, these are the some examples of junk food, and these are delicious, but they do not provide any nutritional value to us. Instead, we gain weight and we become obese. Occasionally it is okay, but don't make a habit of it because it is not good for our body. It harms our body actually. Okay. Junk food do not provide enough energy to do work, and it results in poor digestion also, and it can make us feel lazy. So we should not eat unhealthy food and we should say no to the junk food. Along with the balanced diet, exercise also play a very important role to keep our body healthy. Okay, so exercise help us to control our weight. It helps to improve our concentration power. It helps in our brain development. It helps to maintain the physical and mental health. It increases the strength in our muscles and bones, and it keeps our heart healthy. So exercise is very important along with the good food or balanced diet. You can do exercise like you can do cycling, you can do swimming, you can dance, you can do yoga and meditation. Okay, yoga and meditation keep us stress free and calm. Sleep is also very important factor to keep our body healthy. Okay, if you do not sleep enough, we may fall sick. So not only balanced diet, exercise, enough sleep is also very important for a healthy body. We all know that food is very important for us. Without food, we cannot survive. It helps in our growth and our development. It also protects us from so many diseases. We must give respect to the food. We must avoid wastage of food. The farmer work very hard for the whole year to grow the crops, and we do not take the time to waste the food, and which is very bad habit. We must understand how much time and hard work of many people help us to provide this food. Okay, so let's see how we can avoid the wastage of food. Always start the food with a small serving. Always take small amount of food on in your plate, and if you want more afterward you can take more. So in that way you can control the wastage of food. So always take small serving. Okay, in the beginning always takes in small amount of food. Recycle the leftover food into another dish for the next meal. Leftover food, if it is still fresh. Okay, if it is not fresh, don't make anything out of it. You can also distribute the food among the poor and needy people by just what you need before going for shopping. Make a meal plan based on what already in the fridge and store. This helps to reduce the wastage and saves times and money. Store the cooked food, fruits, raw vegetables in the refrigerator to avoid spoilage. Storage of food grains should be properly done in godowns to keep them safe from rain, water, seepage and rodents. The seasonal vegetables such as cucumber, cabbage, peas, radish and carrot and fruits such as mangoes, oranges, apple, pear should be stored in a proper cold storage so that they can be sold in the market throughout the year. These are the different ways through which we can save the food and we can avoid the wastage of food. So the next stage of food preservation, what happened to the food when we keep it on the dining table for the entire night? Okay, what happens the next day? We see that the bad smell comes out of it. We throw it in the dustbin. If we eat the stale food or the food which is now not fresh, we can fall sick. The food gets spoiled because of the growth of germs in the food. Germs turn the delicious food into very harmful food. So it is harmful for consumption. To protect the food from the germs and avoid the wastage of the food, we can use the different methods of food preservation. Now, what is food preservation? What is the definition of food preservation? The process of treating food to prevent it from getting spoiled. That is called food preservation. Understanding? So, what happens in this food preservation process? The food is prevented from getting spoiled, and that process is called food preservation. The different methods of food preservation are cooking, freezing, refrigeration, canning, drying, adding preservative. These are the different methods through which we can save our food, we can preserve our food for a long time. Now, what are the benefits of food preservation? Why we should preserve the food? First, it reduces the wastage of food. It increases the storage time. We can store it for longer time. It helps to transport food to distance places like the milk van. Milk van transport the milk from one place to the another place easily. Okay, before that it should be preserved. It helps to store the food which are seasonal, which is not available throughout the year. So these fruits and vegetable can be stored. So these are the different benefits of food preservation. Now let's see the different methods of food preservation, how we can preserve the food. A very common method of preserving food is cooking. Okay, cooking is also a way of preserving the food. While cooking, the heat kills the germs and make the food or vegetable very suitable for our eating. Cooking also makes the food soft, tasty and helps in digestion. So different ways of cooking. This is steaming, frying, roasting, grilling, boiling, baking. So these are the different methods which we use during the cooking process. Okay, and like baking, we bake cakes and cookies, we boil potato, eggs, we grill kebab, we grill sandwiches, we roast the corn, we roast the chicken, fry the pani puris, which is very mouth watering. Then we fry the pakoda, we steam the idli, we steam the dokla. So that way you can preserve the food by killing the germs. The low temperature inside a refrigerator helps to keep the germ away. Thus, food can be frozen for preservation. Then the next way of preserving food, that is canning. Canning is a method in which food item like jam and juices are heated to a high temperature and then cooled and stored in airtight containers. The next method is drying method. Some food items like mint, red chilies, raisins, they are dried under the sun. While drying, the water is removed from them and this prevent the growth of germs and the food is preserved for a longer time. Now the next method is adding preservative. Preservative are certain chemicals that are added to the food to prevent it from getting spoiled. Some preservative are vinegar, oil, salt, sugar. Okay. Now pickling. Pickling is the method where we add preservative. Salt and oil are added to the food item to preserve them. And by adding preservative we can make jellies. So the process is called gelling. Fruits and vegetable are kept in sugar syrup for making jams and jellies. So we have learned about the different ways by using that we can preserve our food for longer time. So children, this was your chapter number 1's revision part. Okay, read the chapter carefully and it is very easy. You will be able to understand everything.